everyone, I'm Natasha and welcome to the Squeaky Bunny. The goal of this channel is to deliver fun and informative and relatively simple tutorials for different baking, cooking, and crafting projects. My goal for this channel is to make baking, cooking, and crafting tutorials, a lot of which will have sort of a nerdy or game-related theme. But I really love cooking and baking in general, so here and there you might see some videos for more traditional desserts and snacks and crafts. So to start things off strong, if you couldn't tell by my attire, we're doing something a little more Pokemon themed. More specifically, I'm going to be showing you how to make really simple Pokéball cupcakes. These are just traditional red velvet cupcakes using an easy store-bought cake mix. And on top, instead of just regular frosting, we're going to be making our own Pokeballs out of something called candy clay, which I'll also show you how to make. Stay tuned, enjoy the tutorial, and I hope to have a lot of other videos to share with you all soon. Bye!
Here's what you'll need to have in your inventory. To start, put your Wilton's candy melts into a microwave-safe bowl. Microwave for 20 to 30 second bursts, then mix with a spatula before putting the bowl back in the microwave. Once the candy melts are just about liquid, stir it some more. The residual heat from the bowl and melted candy will easily melt any remaining lumps. From here, add the quarter cup of corn syrup and then slowly mix it in. You'll see here that the liquid starts to get thicker and thicker until it's a sort of dough. Move the candy clay onto some waxed paper, and this batch is done. Now repeat this for the white batch. And the black. I only used half the candy melts for this because I knew I wouldn't use much. Just cut the amount of corn syrup in half. Then set it aside to cool down and firm up. It's okay to put it in the fridge for a short time if you're impatient like me. Now let's make the cupcake batter. Add the package of cake mix, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of water, and a quarter cup of oil to a mixing bowl. Stir it until you can't see any more dry patches. Now spoon the batter into the cupcake liners. I like to use a quarter cup measure because it's fast and it's easier to keep the amounts added pretty even. Now it's time to bake! Put the cupcakes in a 350-degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into a cupcake comes out clean. When they're ready, take the cupcakes out of the oven and leave them to sit and cool in the pan for 5 minutes. Then put the cupcakes on a cooling rack to cool completely. For the frosting, mix the softened half stick of butter on high until light and fluffy. Add the frosting mix with the mixer on low speed, then add 4 teaspoons of water and mix on high for 2 more minutes. Scrape the bowl as needed and add more water if necessary. Then put the frosting into the included piping bag. After the cupcakes have been filled and frosted, let's make our Pokeballs. I'll show how to make one, but ideally you'll do all of them at once, one color at a time. Press out the white candy clay and cut it into a circle about the size of your cupcake. I just used a drinking glass. Do the same with the red candy clay, but then cut the circle in half. After you cut the circle in half, press the red semicircle onto the whole white circle. With the black candy clay, roll it out into a snake and then squish it flat. Then I use the knife to make the edges straighter. Then press this across the seam where the two colors meet. Next, press out a black circle to put in the middle. And a smaller white circle to put on top of that. Finally, put the Pokeball on the cupcake using the frosting as glue to stick it on.
So our Pokeball cupcakes are all done. I couldn't resist and I already had a bite, but I really wanted to share with you how these cupcakes turned out. So we have just our regular red velvet cake down there, which turned out really great. The cake is really moist and nice, and the cream cheese frosting that we kind of filled it with as well as topped it with is an awesome flavor with the red velvet cake. And then the candy clay topping that we made doesn't have too strong or too sweet of a flavor. It is pretty sweet. The flavor is kind of like just a white chocolate, which that flavor does really go pretty well with the cream cheese frosting and the red velvet cake. If I were to do this again, I would honestly probably just put more cream cheese frosting on these because I really just can't get enough cream cheese frosting. And I think that flavor goes so great with red velvet cake. I really like how they turned out. These were really fun to make, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. So good. Bye guys, see you next time.